All right, so
Wow.
far so good.
I like these changes they made.
Yeah, I just have to remember them all.
Yeah.
It gets well, actually, we're all getting so old enough to where every week we come into it, we think it's a new change every time, right? Hey, look at the new
Yep.
change. Wait, we had it last time.
And it's good we all get here early because we spend the 15, 20 minutes going, oh, look at this new cool thing.
I know. So if you recall, you guys are actually what I'm going to do is the um, sun is actually coming up now, so we're going to call it early morning. So again, 2 days in a row, just before dawn, you had this, I guess for lack of a better term, kind of a null probe come in and not actually attack the fort proper, but came in, did their thing, and went off twice. So it's about 6:30 in the morning next morning. And what does the group want to do?
I was just, and the two pink circles, right? You see these over here? Those are our escape ropes, right? I guess we set up, right? Just trying to recall from last time. We have like a primary that if we have to bail out, and a secondary, and then the last ditch is we're
Going into the crypt.
Going into the crypt. And I don't know if we needed to plan out a route and set any traps down that way while we're waiting for the cavalry to return, right? Yeah. Because they're getting the hunters.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, the hunters aren't exactly the cavalry.
Well, the only cavalry we had, right, is the one guy on the horse. That was.
Is Marcus still going, or is it because we were just getting ready to draw conclusions there?
Yeah, he. I think he clomped off already, right?
No, he didn't. We left it with the decision on whether he was going to clomp off or not for sure. That's why we're starting at the 6:30 in the morning. So if you decide that, figure with the distance and moving at a decent trot, it probably should take him no more than about. Let me just take a quick look at the.
Well, you said it was 4 hours away, so
that's by
foot. Well, you're about 5 miles, and it took you about an hour, 2 hours to get there on foot, and basically you're going at the speed of the dwarf, which is at 20. You're the one that's probably slowing him down. So I'm thinking it's going to take you less than an hour for Sir Marcus to head back to the camp.
Now, Amorous by this time is going to have pulled Sir Marcus aside and told him her concern is that because with the horse and himself, they're going to draw quite a lot of attention if there's anything out there waiting for an opportunity. They're probably the most visible of the group.
Yeah.
So
you want to
your point,
and he'd be by himself, so he wouldn't be able to watch to the same degree that
he's a paladin, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do about that. So
he's a knight.
Oh, he's a knight.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a knight.
Oh well, in that case, we don't have to worry about him.
Okay. Well, I'm just Amorous is concerned.
Yeah, the reason why Sir Marcus has a horse and it's not been confiscated because he is a knight, so yes, he's got that capability. So, if anything, you already know the path back, perhaps an hour based on the terrain and heading back to the hunt camp.
And he is on a war horse too, so.
Correct.
Especially bred for him, yes.
Well, I'm just going to express my concern because that's what Amorous does. Here, have some tea before you go, Marcus.
Oh, God, coffee.
Coffee.
I make quite excellent tea. It's really good. Refreshing.
I'd rather have coffee.
So, does Sir Marcus head back? And is there a plan of what he's discussing or talking about? Does he know the message, or
We're sending him blind.
That's
Yeah,
a,
I think he's supposed to come back.
I
Are we
just want to
gonna
make
have-
sure he doesn't show up and say, "Oh, I forgot my notes."
are we gonna ask the hunters to come to the
Yeah.
forts to help us?
Well, actually,
or-
Roger, your character is actually not at the fort right now.
right.
Now, so
Oh, that's right. So I can't say anything.
yeah, you can listen, but that's okay.
Yeah, Roger, while you were generating your character, we all took a poll and decided we're going to feed you to the gnolls.
Known as
Okay.
bait.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no
They're going to
offense.
tie you to a stick like a big popsicle and just kind of carry you around and
Yep.
Well, the hunters,
try to look delicious.
yeah, patrol the inner walls, and I assume they have missile weapons, right? So they could certainly help throw arrows into the fray.
No, they're fair hunters. I'm not saying that they're useless, but they're not heavily armored and they're not trained to fight. They're trained to hunt. Is
Yeah,
we
but I mean,
we fought with them by our
is there
side
one-
before, and you know, most of them, you know, did quite well. There was a few that died, a few
And
that
3 of them
took
died,
their
right?
life.
How's this for a plan? We have the hunters man the walls and make it look like we're still here, and we go out so we can catch them because they're just doing like feints, right?
Yep.
So
Yep,
if
and they tend to only seem to approach at dawn. And if I remember correctly, gnolls prefer the cover of the night. They're not confined to it. But
because even if they man the fort and the gnolls keep doing what they're doing, it's not going to help us much unless we change our tactics.
well, my
Yeah.
impression is the
You're right.
gnolls are trying to test strength and you know, other than just find out that they're trying to see how many and confusing them on the hunters coming in would confuse them on the numbers.
That's right.
And
And
if we could,
certainly to help
make
keep an eye
decoys
out.
or something.
And
Yeah.
just to be able to watch all approaches, so we know which way they're coming from, and it does give us the opportunity to make sallies or whatever we're going to do. I wonder if we
Yeah.
could.
Well, we're either going to have to go to them because they haven't, you know, really seriously come to us yet. I mean, they back off as soon as they are confronted with anything. And it might be they're trying to lure us out. But that's what, if you
I,
choose a time and place, you know, it's like,
Sure.
well, they want us to come out, you know, they show up about this time every day. We'll be out there in the woods waiting for them.
Okay, so the plan is to see if we can get them to come back to the fort here.
Okay.
Well, since you guys finally seem to have seen the sense of not going back to the swamp.
I guess that means I have to get out the butter and the salt and pepper for Roger.
That's right. We're offering low-fat druid on the skit tonight, or the spit. So that means you're going to be heading back. You're going to take a ride down to the hunt camp there, Dwayne or Sir Marcus.
Yes. I have my lance at the ready for any trouble.
Is that the plan?
Yes. Yes, that's the plan. I have my lance at the ready for any trouble.
Okay. So if you could go into your character and just give me 2 horsemanship rides for that trip down.
Okay.
Throw those in the tower, please. All right, you actually cut off a little bit of time. You actually get there in a little bit over half an hour. So we're going to advance the clock here a little bit. And it's roughly, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, about 7:10. So you're back at the hunt camp. So if I could ask you to join me in the chat We just go to sidebar.
Okay.
All right. Hello.
Hey, George.
All right. So you're back to you're back at the hunt camp, and you writing in. It seems like they perhaps just had a recent success, because you're definitely smelling a lot of smoked meats and things like that, and you see a lot of activity of, looks like cleaning some pelts and things, some fairly large, could be even a bear, but some good big size animals. You're noticing the hunters look particularly young. You know, there's a new group here from the first group. Some of these look like as if they're maybe in their late teens or very early 20s. So I don't know if you need the map up, but I think we just can kind of talk through it.
Yeah, that's
If you
fine.
remember, Bruner and Roth were both kind of the hunt leaders. And actually, I'm going to pop up real quick and have Roger join us too. Just hang on.
Okay.
Hey, Roger. All right, so you guys are you're at the hunt camp. So as you write in, Sir Marcus, you notice a number of hunters, very young. You don't see Brunith and Roth right off the bat. Most likely they're in that main building where they have meetings and such. And you also have a new person there, human, kind of young, full beard,
Yep.
um, standing out in front at that main area. Roger, I don't know if you need to see the map.
Which one?
Well,
Yeah.
the hunt camp. Let me pull it up, and I'll at least share it with you so you can see it.
Say, hail. Are Brunet and Roth hereabouts?
Okay, so I'm assuming, George, that if I don't know Sir Marcus, Bull described him to me, correct?
Yes, you would know that Sir Marcus is a knight. He's described him to you physically. He's also kind of mentioned he was kind of an expert on horses too, so he kind of explained the horse to you. You know that
Horse.
Brunith and Roth are both in the main area of it. Let me find the hunt camp for you so you can see.
His horse is no ordinary horse. It's a good war horse then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me find your. Okay, do you see that map?
I do. Yep.
Let me actually share it with Sir Marcus too. So I'm going to place Sir Marcus on that map.
Okay.
Going to be here. I'm also going to put you on here. And basically, what's going on is there was just a successful hunt recently. They're cleaning the pelts. They're getting them prepped. They're smoking the meat, and you know for a fact that Roger, that the other two are inside this main camp area. That's it's kind of the main hall right here.
The hunting lodge.
Yep, exactly. Okay.
Okay. So they're in the lodge.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to the lodge.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over and I'm gonna call out to him. Are you Sir Marcus?
Yes, indeed I am. Who are you, good sir?
I am Rigor. I just got back from the Roadhouse, speaking with Bull and the rest of them. I have a message for you.
What is the message, sir?
is concerned about the safety around the area. Um, he brought up what happened at the hunter camp and the cave complex, and let's not forget the attack itself on the roadhouse.
Yeah, that is why I'm here. There are gnolls that are testing the defenses of the old fort where we're holed up, and I was going to see if we could get some assistance from the camp here.
You are at the fort. That is good because Bull mentioned that you should keep an eye out for any kind of a structure where you can use for a second God, how can I phrase that? I had it all planned out.
That's okay,
Um,
Raj. Just take your time. You're good.
He wanted us to find any kind of structure in a place that we can defend in case the roadhouse was to fall at the hunter camp. Is a fort defendable?
It could use some repairs, but it is fairly defensible. The walls are intact, and we've cleared out. There was some underground temple where some evil was that we cleared out beneath. So, yes, it could be a place of sanctuary. But what we need to do is try and root out these gnolls that are in the area.
You know how many of those nodes you have there, or
No, they just send a few to probe, and then they retreat. They send them every morning, so it's want to try and catch them, and at least their advance party next time they come.
these nodes are they blood axe nodes by any chance?
Yes, I believe they are.
That's a tactic of theirs. Sir Marcus also, Bull had mentioned that a messenger has been dispatched from Dromandus for you, so we should be keeping a lookout for this messenger.
Okay, thank you indeed for that valuable information.
So as you guys are talking, one of them kind of comes out and sees you and greets you, Sir Marcus. He says, "Welcome." He says, "Why don't you come in for a drink? What news do you bring?"
We have humanoids by the old fort, and they keep probing us. It's gnolls, the Blood Axe tribe, and we're hoping we can get some more support if you can spare some people.
Blood Axe tribe. And let's see. He looks over at. What's he look over at?
We do have a cache of weapons up there we found, so we could well equip anyone who's able to come.
Well, yeah. Brunith looks at Roth. He says, Bring out that stuff we found. That shield." So they walk. He walks in the other room, comes back, and he brings back 2 shields that have that same axe, the blood axe on it, and it's the one that you guys saw with the nose. And he said, "We found these about," and they look at each other. We're thinking not quite 10 miles, maybe 8 miles west of the hunt camp, and we think they were scouts. They may not have been heavily armored because we didn't find the bodies, but we found these 2 shields. And if you notice here, they actually look like this if the metal of the shield was actually almost snipped by something powerful enough to actually grabbed it and snipped it and sliced part of it in half. But it looks like the exact same shield that you've seen on the Blood Axe tribe near the fort.
Wow.
Yeah, so it looks like there's an incursion in this area, and it might even be safer for your people if you made your way to the fort.
Well, Brunith looks at you and says, "I've got some real young pups here for hunters. They're good hunters. I don't know how they'll react in the face of an organized attack. They're not quite as seasoned as the ones that were here last time, and as you know, we lost 2 or 3 of them. He's
Yeah.
kind of looking over at Roth, and you can see the concern on both of their faces.
Yeah, I understand. You may want to consider retreating to the roadhouse or to safety after you've finished up with your prep.
So, Sir Marcus, what's your if we do go, what would be your plan if we went to the fort, and what's the plan if we just can't do that? If we decide to go back to the roadhouse, your plan for the fort?
So our plan is, if we could get some more people at the fort, without the gnolls knowing, we would lay in wait in the bush for them for if they do their probe again and catch them out, and then follow the trail back and try and root them out.
Okay, so you're willing to, if you had some support that could hold the fort, you're willing to actually make a probe or take them out if. And he looks at Roth because we might be able to support that. We were afraid that we were just going to be left alone at the fort to fend for ourselves. But if you need kind of a placeholder to go out and seek them, I think if Bruneth and Roth, if both of us attended, I think maybe we could hold that fort for you.
Yeah,
Should we,
that would be the plan, I think.
should we get word to Bull on what is going on?
Yes, I think that's a good idea that he be updated what's going on in the area.
Okay. Do you want us to send someone back?
Yeah, if you could
One of
send a
our
runner.
hunters?
Yes.
Okay, we'll send a runner, and you probably want. Oh, there's 7 hunters here. I'm going to send the 2. I'm going to send the 2 youngest back. I think they're only 14 or 15. So that'll give us about 6 hunters and Bruneth and Roth. I think maybe we could hold it. We'll bring our bows and then do the best we can. What's the layout of what's available to us on the fort? Do we have any height we can work from, or?
There's a couple towers that are intact, and we've been using them. And we've driven off when they send a few gnolls. They don't make it very close to the fort. We're holding them off
Okay.
with missile fire from the towers.
Any improvements around the area that we should note, or?
We shored it up a little bit, but it still could use a lot of work. But it's intact.
Oh.
There's no holes in the wall.
We could probably work on that while you guys are doing your thing too, if we have to.
Yeah, that would be great. And then we also have a couple ropes on the wall for potential escape if the things go bad.
Okay. Maybe we could also, maybe we could make some very basic trapping around there too. Maybe around the front.
Yeah, some more traps.
Do some hunter traps, yeah.
Yeah, we have some traps set, but yeah, additional ones would be good, especially around the front gate, as long as you let us know where they are.
Okay, so we'll commit to bringing 6 and both of us, so a total of 8
Okay.
to the camp.
Right.
So I'll send 2 runners, and the message is that we're evacuating the hunt camp. We're going to be heading up to the fort with Sir Marcus and party, and it sounds like we're going to probably wait for a third probe or some kind of a third attack, and if possible, counterattack and find out where they're at and see what's what.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. So I'm guessing they'll travel with you as a group. They're going to bring bows.
I let them know about the weapons cache too, that they can.
Okay.
There's armor and arrows and bows as well.
Okay, so they'll bring bows and they'll bring their spears. They're pretty good with their spears from hunting and such.
So George, what kind of animals are in the area? Like your normal wildlife.
Well, there's deer. There's small bear, probably black bear, brown bear. Occasionally they'll get a big cave bear.
Okay.
Uh, Matter of fact, you bring that up. Actually, Bruneth does mention a couple things. He goes, "We got two areas of danger around this fort. Not only do we find those two shields about 10 miles west, but down towards southwest of here, we can hunt as far as the Duke's Forest. The Duke's Forest is, matter of fact, maybe I'll share that with you guys so you can kind of see that. Sir Marcus, and you see that blue circle? That's about the range of the hunters,
Okay.
what they cover. Down here near the eastern edge of the Duke's Woods, there's been a report of some very large creature that's been taking the Duke's deer, and in some cases, taking bears down. Now they sent out a group to try to hunt it down, but they're not quite sure what's occurring down there. They haven't been able to even identify what the tracks are. They're quite large. And then this other area, kind of like where the 10 is on that 10 mile,
Yes.
that's probably where the shields were at. Now, west of that, it's very sandy and the ground is very soft. And that's where we've had some of those large insectoids that kind of burrow underneath and they like to squirt acid and stuff. So it could be that they got killed by those. We didn't find any acid, but those snips on the shields would kind of indicate large pincers,
Right.
much larger than ants. Those are the two danger areas right now that the hunters are trying to stay away from.
Okay, well, it's good to know about the insects with acid. That could come in handy. We've been looking for a strong acid. Or
Yeah, they're not going to be easy, but if you needed a strong acid, that would be the creature to go after.
Yeah.
There's an area there, couple of acres, that's very soft and very fertile, which they like to burrow in. And when creatures and things go over it, they kind of grab them. So I'm thinking those gnolls must have got picked off because we never found the bodies. Just these two shields.
Shield. Okay.
Yeah.
And what looks like a pincher.
Right.
Okay.
interesting.
So
Okay.
what we'll do then is we'll have you guys head back. We'll jump back into text, and you guys can, or into chat. You guys can bring up the group to speed, and then I'll drop the savior hunters onto the fort.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. So probably about close to 9:30. You see Sir Marcus coming back, and he's got a small entourage with him, and he'll explain to you what's going on.
So we've brought back the hunters, and the plan is that they're going to man the fort while we sortie out, like try and catch the probe when they come again, and then try and track them back and see if we can root them out.
Okay, well, Sir Marcus, you guys are, more battle oriented than I am, but we know about the time they come in. During the daytime, if we go set up a couple of small brush piles and then lay in wait in the dark before position ourselves and lay there and wait for them, then when they come through, set the brush piles on fire behind them, forcing them to turn and face us kind of unexpected because they're expecting us to come out of the fort.
Yes.
And then if they do have a larger party behind them, something like that would seem like it would be more likely to draw them forward. That's one thought.
Yeah, that sounds good. And so the hunters are going to man the towers, and so it looks like we're still in the fort. And then
Yeah. So
Okay,
because
so
it's our sense is that they've been trying to test out the numbers, and if they approach the fort and they're not seeing the movement or the activity that they expect to see, then they're gonna be wary for us. But if we're just laying in wait and wait for them to pass
yes.
before we, and the fires would give us some light that when they come running back, they're running into the light and we're laying there in the dark.
I like that. We can go set up hiding places, right? We've got rangers and sneaky
Amorous,
type.
frankly, would like to just like climb a tree with her little bow and arrow. That
Mhm.
works for her. But she'd
So-
want to be near the brush pile because she'd need the light.
So you guys do notice that the hopefully you guys can see the H's on there.
Yes.
Those are the hunters.
Yeah.
They're all very young. They're probably all in their teens. They sent the 2 youngest ones to the roadhouse to inform Bull on what the plan is. They were able to bring the other 6, and then Roth and Brunith both attended, but they're all very young teen hunters, so to speak. They're going to do their best.
Yeah, well, the thing is that if we set up a proper ambush and can catch them by surprise, they're going to turn back to face us. They'll probably just, like I said, more to, if they do get close enough to spot out numbers, but they can stay behind the walls or up in the towers.
Yeah, and we'll make available armor or weapons as they need from the cache.
Yeah, in the cache, there should be anything that would help them make sure that they, are equipped.
Oh yeah, they could. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, because there's armor in there, there's shields in there, there's, so let them go and equip themselves from if like I said, because hunters don't generally wear armor. But for this, they're probably going to want to have at least, leather armor.
Yeah, that's going to be a little different for them for sure.
If they know how to use it.
Leather armor is,
Using armor is rather difficult.
Yeah, Brunith basically says we're going to do the best we can to give we can do our bow shots, no problem. Melee is not going to be too good for us, so we're going to do the best we can to kind of hold them off and maybe put up a front enough from the towers where, if they do attack, maybe they'll think twice. If you're able to ambush them, all the better. So we'll just do the best we can here. So they do know that you have traps put out. They do know that you've improved the fort's defenses a bit, and they do know of the 2 escape routes
Okay.
using the ropes.
well, if we have the brush near us, if Amorous positions herself in a tree, she's going to want to set brush near her on fire so she can see targets, and they can't see her, and she can fire an arrow into a target, into a brush pile. Any one of we've got Jerian is a pretty good shot.
I'll certainly be shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the idea of going and finding a good hiding spot. Have all the time in the world to make the best hiding spot possible. Like, ahead of time, we know where the traps are, and so are
It'll
we
be
gonna
like it'll be like the movie Red Dawn. Where we pop up from the ground and
Yeah.
cut them down.
Right.
Well, like Native Americans used to fight, or at least the Apache.
So are we gonna light the brush fires, or are they from the towers?
Well, we're going to want to go far enough up the stream so that they can move towards the fort and be between us
Got it.
and the brush piles and the fort.
So you want them to run back.
Far for the hunters to mess with. It's going to have, and we'll know when they pass. We don't want them to light until they've walked past the brush piles, then set them on fire.
Yeah, we want to cut off the retreat, basically.
And light up their retreat. We want them to have to move through the light to retreat, where we can pick them off. And like I said, the brush fires may draw other ones, but they're not going to know what they're running into. So.
Anybody want to go out here and let's set up our brush piles?
Yeah.
We have a lot of cut off brush all around here because we cut it back from the walls.
Yeah, you did that last time. Yeah.
So, so let's
Go
go
set it up.
find a likely
I had
point.
lots of fun doing it.
Know how far up the traps are. We're going to want to be further beyond where the traps are.
Yeah. No
Is there
effort
any
ever
oil
goes
in the
to waste.
cache?
What was the question?
Oil? Did they
Oil?
have any-
No,
Yeah.
no, no. Everything was just weapons and armor. No, other thing you found that was liquid were those potions.
I have
about
one
pitch?
pint of oil.
No pitch.
All right. I have some weapon oil, right? Like usually used for like lubricating locks, but I'm sure it's flammable. Like if we need some small amount of accelerant, is that what you're thinking for like with some rags or whatever to light the brush quickly?
Yeah,
Is
Actually,
that-
Jarian, give me 3 survival rolls, please.
Oh, actually I have a separate flask of oil. Thank goodness. All right.
Here, then I, will rip up some like bandages or something into small strips and wrap them, or tie them to the arrow, soak those in oil, and send those flaming oil strips into the brush.
Well, Jarian, you kind of search the area around. Now it's going to take you about 3 hours, but you're able to find probably in the neighborhood of let's say, um, let's do a quick roll here. I hate they just go with pounds, but you find enough pine or cedar trees that you can actually kind of smell the pitch in them to a point where you think that they'd be a good starter. So you probably find about 20 pounds worth of fairly heavy pitch woods that you can collect in 3
Awesome.
hours
Yep.
around the camp.
I'll start collecting that then.
All right.
I'm
We're,
going searching for a likely tree that's got enough
Yeah.
cover, because I also remember this about gnolls. We got to be really careful because they also operate off of scent. You know?
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
suspect they
waste of
do.
But because if we all handle that pitch stuff,
Yeah.
then it might help cover our scent because we're all going to smell like pitch or confuse them. Again, sometimes confusing them is sufficient.
AFK for a minute.
We need to pick a spot on the map to put the bonfires or what?
Okay.
If you'd like to, you can mark them. Maybe
All
put
right.
circles.
All right. So we got circles for our ropes that are in the inside.
Where's the path that they come in on? It has to go along the path because
Yeah.
we want them to come in. Is that the direction they come in?
No. Most of the it's been coming down that little creek, straight down that creek. Now that creek is only about 2 or 3 feet wide and it's only a couple of inches, but it is flowing. So it's not a raging torrent. And you do on either side, you do occasionally see some no tracks where they don't quite stay in the middle. But it looks like they've been coming straight from the north down that creek.
Okay, well, Amorous can she find herself a likely tree that that has branches that take her up high enough, but it's still not more than where one of these brush piles has to be within 30 feet of her, between both her height and the distance on the ground.
Oh yeah, so you want to be what, about 30 feet off the you want to be 30 feet from no more than 30 feet from the river, basically?
Yeah, between both height and.
Oh yeah, I would say anything that's within you could find something on either side that's 15 feet away. Sure. So on either side of that creek, 15 feet either to the west or to the east, you're going to find a tree that somewhere is high enough.
Here would be because I also want to have one of like the brush pile position right about.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dexter Dunbar was looking
So
for
that I
like
can fire an arrow into it with fire on the arrow and set it on fire and it's close enough. It's not going to light me up, but it's going to light up the area around the bank. And
Is that
after
better where you guys can see the whole map?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. You guys are,
Back.
for planning reasons, you guys, it's daylight, it's noon. So you guys can see this creek running north to south. The bridge is in fairly decent shape. I mean, you're not going to have too many heavy things going over. You got the fort. You got all kinds of woods, trees, deciduous conifers. You've got brush that's down. You've got your traps marked. So yeah, let's go ahead with the open map here. You guys can see what you're doing.
Okay. Basically, I know Dexter's going to find a nice hidey hole in like the hollow base of a tree. Right? He's a hobbit. His
Yeah,
last
I
name
think
is Unfurrow.
Amherst
So
will be right about here because after they pass you, about then anything that she can see or hear coming has to get past her, and then she'll set that brush pile right in front of her on fire. And there should be one positioned on both, like the other side of the stream, a few feet, maybe 10 yards in either direction above, towards the north, like north and south.
And to keep it simple, whoever's hiding and being in trees, instead of trying to do, we're going to say that you basically have +2 cover because you're going to be trying to fire. Perhaps you're going to be trying to duck. Instead of worrying about who's got more, who's got less, we just make it a +2 for you guys as you guys hide.
Those funny little arrows with the 5 arrows where I'm figuring it would be good spots for brush piles to torch. And then maybe a third one right here. Be enough to confuse them and provide us with light so that they can be targeted. And it kind of triangulates them. And confuse them as to what if there's fire on both sides, they're going to be reluctant. They won't know which direction to go. Like if they wanted to cut through the forest.
Now, while you're doing this, Brunith and Roth will be working with the hunters to kind of get them used to whatever armor they have on, the padding, and having them practice with some bows and stuff. So they'll take care of the hunters.
they'll all come out of this first level.
All the hunters are, hey, 8th level
But
hunters.
they're
What cool.
Yeah. This is their old school.
Anything
funnel.
else anyone doing? You guys are setting up some bonfires. You guys can find some hidey holes or areas up top to fire from.
Any want to move any of the punji sticks around that we have in the
That would be up
in the
to
screen?
Jarian. Jarian, do we need to reposition any of these traps?
I don't think they've gotten close enough to see the traps, have they?
Yeah.
No,
and
when they set the one off, they set the northern one off. The one you hit the most north, they set it off, and did not move south from there when that one went off. So
that's why I've set the fires behind that point. And you're going to need to position somebody near each of those fires to torch it. Like, Amorous will be responsible for torching the one right below her tree. That she's
Well, I've got this one right here. Right. So if you've got that one.
Yeah. And then
All right.
there's one. And there's no, I've got this one here.
Where?
Up here, right across the stream.
Oh. Okay. See that one. So who we need someone else for that one.
We need somebody for the third one. Taking volunteers, guys.
I can do it.
short stick wins. No.
I do think it's pretty safer to be in the fort, but this is the plan.
Yeah, Garion will do it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm back.
He's no
Well,
stranger
we
to being.
can't ambush them if we're laying in the fort. I mean, we want to draw them back and keep them from catch them off guard, all that good stuff.
I'm just so small. I don't want to get killed.
How big are you? Because Amorous is like really thin and maybe.
No, I mean like I'm You know, I'm weak. I
Squishy.
can't. Once my
XR is
spells
gonna
go out,
just
I'm
cover himself
dead.
with hunters. Here, kid, stand around me.
Yeah, I don't
no,
want to go out there.
push
If I'm out of spells, I'm useless.
Just stand right behind a trap.
Yeah, and then when the trap goes and the guy goes down, then the other gnoll comes across.
Then
what
you
did
got
I
to run.
miss?
I'll be one shot.
and we do need somebody back here in case any get past, the ambush.
So
Or to
what have
let
I
us,
missed?
right?
Or if we need to fall back, because if these fires draw even more knolls, I mean, they've only been approaching 2 or 3 at a time, but we know there's more than that because of the drums. So the other idea is that those fires might draw more to come into, see what the hell just happened and walk right into it. Well, you stay in your tower, XR, because you're squishy and I don't like to.
Yeah, I am very
fight
squishy.
for you.
I don't want to get out in the open.
Which you
What have I missed here?
Well, actually,
Setting
let
up
me.
an ambush.
Yes, they're setting up an ambush. That long blue line. Oh, maybe I don't know if I've actually shared it with you, Roger. Let me just share it with everybody. Here's the
Them
fort.
hunters had the good sense to bring some venison and stuff with them.
So
No.
that blue line is the path that they've been following the creek straight down from the north. So you'll see some yellow squares and some black squares, and that's where they've set up the traps. The little yellow circles are potential bonfires.
Okay.
The blue squares by the front there are the actual towers that the folks will be standing in. So right now they're kind of prepping the area for a bit of an ambush and see what happens when the nose come down next time.
Two questions. Has anybody in the party attempted to scout their campsite out?
Not yet.
Not yet, because we first of all don't have. We know that it sounds like a freaking army. They've got drums going on a lot of times when they're coming. Yeah, and they're sending 2 or 3 scouts ahead,
It isn't drums; they're just banging on their shields.
banging on their shields. But
Yeah,
whatever, it's a lot of them.
chanting and stuff like that.
And we don't want to go scouting too far away without having anybody else in the fort, because they've been trying to get a sense of the numbers, and if they think the fort is empty, that might, we might come back to find that we have to take the fort.
Yeah, that they've occupied the fort.
So the knolls are close enough where you can hear them beating on their shields, right? But you can't see them.
No, this is pretty dense forest through here.
Right. They haven't seen more than 2 or 3 at a time. But at certain times there's kind of like this intimidating war cry where they hear these probably most likely the axes bumping up against their shields, and they kind of get into this a bit of a rhythmic chant. But there's never really a full scale attack. It's 2, 3 probe, and then they back off.
But by the sound, it sounds like there's a lot more.
Yeah, there could be 7, 8, 10. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's definitely more of a thudding sound. And actually, Jarian picked it up, and several of the others really didn't hear it too well. He kind of picked it up when he was going north, setting up his traps. But he's a ranger as well, too.
When the two knolls approach the fort, it's usually at nighttime, just before
Right
night.
around just before dawn.
Yep.
Okay.
Before dawn, it's pretty consistent. And as soon as they encountered, they stopped and then they started working their way back, almost putting their shields up to kind of do kind of a defensive retreat as you kept firing arrows. Now, some of them took damage, but they never attacked. It's almost like as if they were probing to see, how
And
many
that's
arrows,
why
how many
the
arrows are coming out, and what kind of forces do they have, and
and the
how many
point
are there.
and the point of the ambush is when those 2 or 3 come through at just before dawn. If we're already laying and waiting here, we wait for them to move, because they move through the stream, so we can hear them moving. And once they move past us, torch the brush piles behind them, then that cuts off their retreat back up the stream without running into the light, where we can actually be out here and able to fight them instead of them drawing us out and knowing that the fort's unprotected.
Have we come across any traps that they may have set?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I kind of want to do. I'm going to talk to the party. I kind of want to do something that's probably going to get me killed.
Okay.
Well, that'll
Um,
fit in perfect with the party. Good job.
I kind of want to scout this out and see how many of them there are, and I would be willing to do
Awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if Sir Marcus had a chance to introduce you or yourself to the group.
I was kind of waiting for that.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I just forgot to even put you guys on the map. So,
It got so involved. So
yeah. You want to do a
So,
little intro of what happened, or
yeah, so when I went back to the camp, I met up with Rigor, who was sent up there by Bull, and then we had our discussion. And there's a messenger coming for me, so just keep eyes out that there's a messenger seeking me.
and I also explained that Bull had concerns about what has been happening in the area, what with the attack on the roadhouse, the attack on the hunter camp, what happened in the cave complex, and also he informed me that there has been new activity in the ruins of Bortensk with Captain Slaughter. So that's something to be concerned about.
yeah,
Um,
taken as a whole, as he's starting to accumulate all of these different reports,
right.
his level of concern is going up, and he just wanted to share that with the group who he knew was out at the fort doing their thing.
And this is
Well,
a good
because
thing.
he was concerned about the fort.
Well,
Right.
yeah, it's a good thing because he wants a place to fall back onto in case the fort or the roadhouse was overrun. So this is a good spot here.
Yeah, so that the roadhouse, they may be refugees that occupy this fort as well.
And
Right.
by staying with the ambush plan, Ragnar, is it? Ragor?
Rigor,
Rigor. By the way, I'm Amorous, and
it was low.
I know I'm just a girl, but I ran with the army for a while. I did some courier work for the army,
As have I.
and if we try to draw them to us at a time they're not expecting it, but still close enough to the fort that if we have to retreat to the fort for we have that option.
Right.
The concern is us sending out a whole party first with nobody at the fort and sending out enough to survive it.
No, I think the fort should be defended. That's
Since we already know what time they're come, we were going to try this, and then like I said, we still are close enough where if we need to fall back to the fort, if they start attacking in larger numbers than even we anticipate.
well, my concern is if we wait much longer, it's going to give them more time to get more gnolls positioned there.
Well, that's why we're set for tonight.
Okay.
And if this fails, then we're going to have to go after them because they could, wait us out till we starve to death.
Yeah, because I don't think they're going to attack the fort. I really don't.
Oh,
I think
What
they're
about
trying to draw
sending?
us out.
one additional thing is the hunters did find 2 blood axe shields to the west, and the shields had been cut. And so, but they didn't find any bodies, and it was in an area where some large insectoids that spray acid are known to inhabit, and so that acid might be useful for us to finally destroy that bone rod.
Wait, what? Wasn't there someone that attacked the fort here?
Well, we had ants attack the fort, but the acid wasn't potent enough to dissolve the bone rod. But these other creatures, it might be more potent.
Oh, well, that'll interest Amorous.
Yeah,
But
Bruneth mentioned that probably 10 miles west of the camp, that's where they found these 2 shields that they shared with Sir Marcus, and he confirmed that those are the same shields, same tribe that is now pestering the fort here at this point. Most likely scouts for some reason.
So speaking of scouts, is Rigor and Garion, are they, do we want them to go spy on the camp and get a report on numbers?
Gary will go.
Okay. I do have some spells that might help me out, help us out.
There you go. Aha. So kind of like pass without trace.
Yeah, he's got a spell that says point out the ranger spell. So that means everyone sees the ranger, but not the druid. No.
Yeah, it says not me, him.
Big arrows over your head.
Call it the
So yeah, let me
neon
know.
sign spell.
Let me know when you want to leave or when you want to start tracking. We're going to say it's about 1:30. It's a fairly overcast day, but there's plenty of light, even if the heavy forested area for tracking.
Okay, another thing I want to bring up, George, that doesn't concern this, is Rigor wants to check out. That's why I was asking if there's any animals. He wants to cast his animal friendship, see if he can get some kind of an animal friend. All right.
Okay,
We can do that off.
sure, we could do that at some point. Sure,
Okay. All right. All right.
we'll make it Gundar's donkey. Oh,
Well, I mean, it'd be awesome to have some kind of owl spy or something. Yeah.
Leave
Sure.
Clarabelle alone.
That's
oh
right,
yeah,
Clarabelle.
right. Clarabelle.
All right, so if Rigor and Jerian, you just let me know how you want to approach this tracking.
Okay.
Let me know what your thoughts are and what your tactics are, and we'll decide what occurs.
Okay. Can I change all my spells? George, considering
It's been
Well, let's see. Did you pick them already, or did you even pick them at all?
I had picked them, yes. So
Go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead and pick what spells you want.
okay, since no, you know what? Let's just go with
Go
what
with
I
it.
am.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. So, Garen, how do you want to do this? We got any? I mean, tracks are pretty simple. They're not hiding their tracks. It seems
Yeah,
like.
well, Jerian, you were able as far north as you went. Now the creek went farther north, but as far as you went, you could see that there was definitely this occasional tracks either side of the water. They weren't particularly smart about hiding their tracks, but they did use the river, if anything, probably just for clearance, with the brush and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But should we go around and hit them from the side, or spying them from the side?
I think we
Garen?
should. In fact, I think we should hit them from behind.
Okay, all right.
Opposite the fort.
All right, that sounds good. It might take a little bit longer, but I think it would be a lot
Yeah.
safer.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think we can both keep up with each other.
Yep.
So you want to set out then?
Yep.
Gary?
Set out.
All right, George, we're going to go and set out then. We're going to, I guess, go through. You said that those green circles were escape routes.
Well, oh yeah, they left somewhere. Someone take them off?
Looks
Oh,
like
no,
it, yeah. Yeah, I don't see them.
oh no.
Oh, someone cut your ropes. They're attacking from the rear. Oh my God, no. One of the hunters is the plant. No. I think there was one there, right?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And
And
there's another one.
Actually, I think
Yeah,
it was a little off to the little further south.
Before you leave, Sir Marcus says, "Leave some for us."
like that.
No, toward the other one. Yeah, the
Oh.
top one goes down a bit.
Top one
Oh,
goes down.
top
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it
Like
goes down.
so.
Yeah, right to that where that hook is, where it kind of bends, goes 45 degree, then heads
Like up
right
here?
there. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you just had two a backup. So you weren't all trying to clamber up one rope. So let me ask, on the scouting group, are you going to be using the creek off to the side of the creek, or are you going to stay in the brush?
No, I think we should stay in the brush, or just
Okay.
we maybe 50 yards off the creek.
Okay. So you're not going to try to keep you're not going to try to keep the creek in sight to to make sure the tracks continue on the creek, you're going to go in, assuming it's all the way, or how do you want to do that?
I'll move in every probably about kilometer and check, or every half kilometer. But
Right.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they're using the creek as a highway. So
Okay, all right. So we'll see you guys are in from the creek, and so every kilometer or so, you guys are going to take a head back in.
yeah, every half kilometer, quarter. Let's just
Okay.
stay at quarter. Every 400 meters or so.
Okay, perfect. All
Area,
right,
yeah.
so we guys go ahead and you guys start doing that, and we'll tick off. Let's see, we'll tick off some time here.
Georgia, I wanted to mention, I think there's 2 ropes at this station at least. That way we don't, if we do have to escape, we don't queue up
Oh, no.
like,
Oh, so 2 at each of those, so a total of
Yeah.
4 ropes.
yeah,
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because otherwise you get like a bottleneck.
yeah, to get some parallel processing.
You
there.
find out that hunters can't climb. Wait a minute,
Right,
guys.
right. I may lose fantasy ground here.
Uh-oh. All right, so you guys start heading to the north. You guys head up. You probably poke in a little sooner than 400 kilometers because I'm 400 kilometers,
Yeah,
400
that's
meters. You look in, and you're pretty consistent that you're seeing this this river, which is kind of winding back and forth, but it's pretty much staying at a north-south trajectory. You're seeing the prints, no problem. The second time you check, you're now about 800 meters, maybe not quite a kilometer. You're noticing that the creek that you're following now kind of not quite tees into, but it kind of wise into a slightly larger creek. And that creek kind of heads off to the northeast.
And do we still see no prints?
Yes.
They're going north.
Yeah. So basically, the river is kind of intersecting, kind of like so. And right
Oh,
now, if you're at that intersection of those 2 lanes, you're about 1 kilometer north of the fort. Now, this other one is a little wider. Um, this other smaller one just kind of branches off, but not much of the flow is moving into the creek that goes past the fort.
yeah. Do you think the main camp is this far away from the fort?
yeah. I'm going to assume it's probably at least a mile, if not 2 miles away.
Okay. So should we continue? Well, where do the tracks lead? Are there tracks going northeast or?
The tracks are following right along that other creek that intersects. So it's kind of moving up to the northeast at that
Okay.
small angle. It's a little wider, but you're still picking up some tracks because of kind of probably some sloppy maneuvering on their part. Uh, the area also is getting more grassy and brushy and less tree-like a little bit as you start following this creek. The grasses are probably a foot and a half high, and the brush 2, 3, 4 feet. And the forest is a bit farther away from this creek that's moving to the northeast.
Now, are there any trees, large trees, in the
Oh yeah,
area?
you could find large trees, sure.
What do you think about climbing on the trees and getting a better view, Garion?
I mean, we'll have to climb to the top. But yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, you guys can do that.
Yeah.
Whoever
Yeah,
climbs up, just give me 1 dex roll.
when Dextro,
Yeah,
you want
as you
that in
guys.
power?
Yeah.
I'll give you a skill roll.
Okay, do that. Because
Alright.
yeah, those are primes for you. So it's gonna make sure like there's no. Yeah, you guys are able to get up to a tree that probably gets you a good, probably 30 feet off the ground before it gets a little too dicey to go any higher.
Okay.
Um, and give me a wisdom roll as you look around. All right. So you guys are looking around, and if you guys can see this, where I drew that kind of river thing, the river kind of goes up a little bit of higher angle like this eventually,
Okay.
and probably, Jerian, you're probably estimating probably half a kilometer. It looks like it intersects right into a a fairly high, almost like cliffs, like as if there's some really rocky, heavy stone areas, and that river kind of like goes. I mean, there's too much brush to see, but it goes right towards it. So that area is probably about 30, 40, 50 feet of stone above. You're kind of almost looking up at it, but it's in the distance.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking, Garion. This main camp seems to be too far out for us to do anything. So maybe
Yeah, I just like to lay eyes on it, try to get a rough estimate of the number of
how
knolls
many?
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. But
So
armament, things like that.
one other thing I might suggest is they seem to have a trail to go down. Maybe we can set some traps up where we can know if they're coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know that we'd be able to find something that's going to make enough noise
Yeah, that's
to
just
carry
it.
back to the fort.
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, they might trigger it, and you may not know it. They may just say, "Wow, what the hell is this doing here?"
That's it, boys. We're going home.
Hmm. See, 2 hours per level. How long would that be?
2 hours for.
Well, I'm looking at my alarm spell, but I don't think that'll be enough time.
The one thing you did notice during that, you didn't really see any more tracks than about that would be made by 2, 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and matter of fact, give me one tracking roll. You did pick up also what looked like large, um, maybe a large dog prints amongst the knolls, or maybe wolf prints
Okay.
on occasion.
Okay. You want to follow it further up?
Yeah. Which way is the wind blowing from, George?
The wind is blowing from. It's coming from the southeast,
Hmm.
so it's kind of
Okay.
blowing. It's probably like blowing in about this direction here.
Okay.
And you guys are. I'm going to say you guys are like right about this spot here on that last leg, and that's the last 3, maybe 400 meters to this cliffy area.
Okay. Let's continue up north and you're in.
Yeah, I'd like to break off right about there and head up so that we're coming down, so that our scent is being carried further up the
Okay.
that T area there.
Okay. And
Okay,
they gonna
so you want to follow the black road, the black line.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, all right. So when you start heading north in there, it starts getting into probably much heavier foliage like you had before. Um,
Okay.
did you continue like you go 100 meters, 200 meters,
Yep.
that kind of thing?
We'll
Okay.
go in further until we hit that cliff face or whatever that is, wherever that river is that's running in that T formation. I think it's you said it was a creek or something.
Well, yeah. So, just to be clear, the circle we were at, this creek continues to the northeast. So that one line is the creek.
Yeah, got it.
So yeah, let me take the wind off of here. I wish there was a way to ping stuff.
That's where the cliffs were, right?
Yeah, so right here, that's the river,
Okay.
and this other line, this is the cliff.
Okay. What we'll do then is we can go up, probably let's go up a mile,
Okay.
and then work our way to the would be due east until we hit that cliff, and
Okay,
then
I see what
work
you're
our
saying.
way down that cliff.
Okay, so good idea. So you guys head up there, and we're gonna say, based on all of this, that and you're taking your time because, yeah, you've probably been here at least an hour doing your searching and doing your stuff. Um, it doesn't quite take a full kilometer, so you do come to, yeah, we'll just say the cliff. Probably when you intersect it up here, it's probably only about, well, it's probably about 20 or 30 feet above the ground still. But it's got a rock face where you'd have to scale it. It's almost straight up, pretty much
And how high up is it?
20 or 30 feet.
And then what we can do is start moving to the southeast along that cliff.
Okay, all right. So you start going back right along this way, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys, so the wind's blowing in your face. You're following along. And I'm going to say, let's see, based on now that cliff, that cliff kind of bulges out a little bit and it kind of comes back, kind of
Yep. Yep.
meanders
Yep.
back and
Yep.
forth
Yep.
a little bit. And let's see, I'm going to say that do you follow it as far as the creek, or do you follow it as far enough along to where you can see the creek again?
We should probably follow it past the creek.
Okay. So I am going to let's say for the sake of all right, so you guys are walking along and just got this curved area and you come around this a bend and you can hear the creek. You're not quite towards it yet. You're not quite at the creek yet. You're estimating it's about 60 feet away, and a quick look around the corner indicates that it looks like that creek is flowing out of the face of the uh, cliff. So it's coming out of this, and you see what looks like, I don't know, a cave that's probably probably 10 feet tall by about 8 feet wide. And it looks like that creek is flowing out of this cliff area and going into this kind of a meadowy, grassy area. So you're about
Okay.
60 feet northwest of this cave and creek entrance. And there's some cover where you're at.
Will we see no activities near the cave entrance?
Jarian, give me a wisdom roll. Considering the fact that you've seen a consistent number of tracks along the creek, Jaren, your initial reaction was as soon as you saw that creek, you kind of stopped and put your head back along the cliff without really looking, just saying, "Hey, creek is there. I picked up an entrance. What do we do next?" So I'm going to leave it at that. You don't hear any noise at this point other than a bit of a flowing creek.
Just settle down in some heavy brush and watch for a bit.
Okay. So you actually could probably get into the brush where you guys are probably kneeling down and you probably got a little bit of a sight on that entrance. 10 minutes, no activity. 20 minutes, no activity. Now it's daylight, it's full day. But right now there's no activity at that entrance.
And just continue to watch.
Can we pick up any different smells in the area?
I'm not sure you have any. You don't
Yeah.
really smell anything other than the meadow, probably the forest,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
And we hear nothing unusual?
You don't hear anything unnatural. You got the birds or crickets, and you've got the occasional sound of the creek. Looks like it's kind of echoing out of the cave a little bit.
Okay.
It seems to move a little bit faster in the cave, and then it comes out and kind of hits that meadow and kind of flows out, and then branches off to the small one that goes by the fort.
Can I pick up a chunk of rock or something, a small rock, and just a fist-sized rock and huck it into that creek?
Yeah, just give me a strength check. Just to okay, yeah, no problem. You chuck it. Um
I'm,
and
I'm looking for a nice, rewarding plump.
oh yeah, you hear a plop, you hit the creek, you're a pretty good shot. Give me a wisdom roll. Because the grasses going up to this cave and around this meadow is probably about a foot and a half tall. You see several animal heads pop up and look around and start smelling the air. It actually looks like one looks like a dog, maybe a wolf. The
Mm.
others two look like they're smaller and they probably look more like a hyena. But they're near the entrance of this cave, and
Okay.
they're kind of looking around. They're not getting up, but they were definitely tucked in that grass.
Yep. Okay, I feel pretty confident they're in that cave.
Do you?
So
What about trying to throw a rock just above the cave entrance to where some rocks will fall down? Maybe they'll draw them out.
uh, the gnolls are probably sleeping now because they're nocturnal. So
Okay.
Let's see. Jerian just sent me a whisper. I toss Rhaegor to the. Okay, he's going to throw you, the druid,
yes.
and
Okay.
you could
After
try.
you're basted in butter, though, gnolls like
Um,
butter.
Actually, you're kind of a little bit amazed there, Jerian, that these creatures don't. They're staying in their positions. They're alerted, but they're staying their positions pretty well. There's no curiosity to come out from where they're at after that rock hit. Maybe it's kind of natural sounding, but they definitely were alerted by it.
So they may be in
Are they looking back to the cave? Do they glance back into the cave at all?
Let's see.
I'm looking to see if they're trained, signs of training.
I'm thinking.
You're getting the sense that there's some training involved, yes.
All right.
That this is just not a pack protecting their cave. There's been some training here. You're sensing.
Okay. Rhaegar, is there anything else you want to do?
I can't think. I think we got what we
Yep.
came for.
I'd say we just reverse our course and go
And
back
then
the same way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
So we're gonna say you guys get back. You're gonna be a little quicker going back once you get back to the creek because you're not really. So you get back close to 4 o'clock with your search,
Okay.
your
We
recon
did.
work.
We didn't find a number, but we found out where they're at.
Yeah, I'll draw it out kind of like a sand table. That way we can
Sure.
show, this is
Yeah.
where it turns and whatnot. So that way, so that Sir Marcus can see, because I assume he's got better battle tactics than I do.
Yeah, so you're getting the impression that you've got a creek, you've got it looks like a natural cave. From what you saw, it looks like it's a natural cave.
And we'll also tell them about the animals that they think
Yep.
that we think that they got trained animals with them.
Now, when you're on the incursions, you didn't hear or notice any animals with the gnolls. but you kind of saw some tracking away from the cave and definitely found some out at the entrance.
Interesting. So when y'all saw the cliff face, and you went up to the northwest and followed it down. So does it look like it might be possible to get up on that cliff face and be above their cave? Like if we ever wanted to take the fight to them, we could uh, get them from above. Is that
I would say there
seem like
probably is, George, correct?
Yeah, with the right scaling, yes, and being able to scale that side.
How far down is that? I mean, where is that cave in relation to the top of the cliff face?
Oh, the cliff face above the cave is probably at least 30, 35 feet.
Okay.
So it's right at the base, as far as you
Oh.
can tell.
And as far as we can tell, the only way to get up there is by scaling up the rocks, the cliff
Well,
face.
from what you saw, yeah, you don't know if there's any other way to the top.
Okay.
And that probably would preclude the animals coming with them. I'm assuming those
yeah,
hyena
the
type
animals, but
creatures don't have opposable thumbs.
No,
But
no.
we could do just what y'all did and go half a kilometer or more, you know, on that away from the cave entrance up to the northwest and have some good climbers with a grappling hook climb up there and set up ropes to pull everybody up and then
Thing
people
is,
can
I
get
don't
on
think we're
top.
going to pull them out of the cave. I don't think
Yeah.
they're that stupid to come out of the cave like that. They would probably hold up in the cave and then we would have to go in.
Well, if they use fire, they must have a smoke hole or something, like some crack with smoke to get out of. I don't know.
Oh, but that was a good recon.
Yeah.
Good recon job.
Hey, sorry about that, everyone. I know it's kind of a drag listening to the split party and stuff like that. So,
Oh
but
no, I was following. It was good to listen to.
Yeah, it's been 2 sessions. I hope no one's bored. I'm enjoying it. So you guys are doing a real good job of trying to figure out what exactly is happening here because the concern level with the roadhouse is probably at the highest it's been since the orcs attacked on that one side. There's definitely activity on the west side that's a concern.
Since we're putting all this preparation into it as well, we might as well, once we cleared this all out, do something with the fort, like rebuild it. So that'd be great.
We're gonna raise it, put a garden in. No. All right. So we're gonna say it's about 4 o'clock on that day. Hunters are looking a little tired, but they've been practicing. Um, anything else at the let me get rid of some of these lines here.
yeah, we got to figure out what we're going to do next.
Well, the only thing that I would add is I think I've changed my mind. I think up a tree is better than being on the ground. So uh, that's it. And then
Oh, you mean
uh,
around the fort?
what's that?
You mean around the fort?
The animals don't, like wolves and stuff, don't climb trees. So,
Yeah.
Right.
hey, Amorous has been, she's got her tree all picked out. She's been back to fort making tea and food and resting during the day because it's going to be a long night.
Yep. So yeah, until nightfall,
So
might as well
we know
rest.
we know they usually send two. I think we've only seen two, right? When
Yeah.
they come to probe us.
No, there
Up
was
to
three the
three.
one time.
Oh no, there's the total of 2 probes, but 2 or 3 of them. Yes.
So if we know the time they usually come, we can probably send out a small party
Up the creek.
up the creek, yeah, and kind of cut them off when they try to withdraw.
That's the point of the fire.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yep.
Okay.
That we'd be positioned to ambush, and as soon as they go past our brush, we fire the brush, and when they turn around to see what the fire is, we've got them in the firelight.
Okay.
And
Good.
that's what we've been setting up this morning while you guys were busy.
All right.
And then
Do we have
meanwhile, the
that set
hunters
up yet?
can also provide supporting fire from behind. So
Yep,
this
exactly.
is our kill zone.
And that's why,
Hopefully
I'm up in
we
a
get
tree
some.
because I'm better
Yeah.
with, first of all, sneak attacks, and second of all, my bow and arrow. I do not do melee. If you're gonna close up and personal, you guys can have it.
That's
I'll
right.
just slide over the wall here. Thank you.
Do we have that all set up, or are we close to having it set up?
Oh yeah, it's all set up. That's what
Okay,
we were
so while
doing.
we're waiting for them to come, huh?
So what we'll do is we'll keep Brunith probably back in the camp and Roth, right? Why doesn't everybody position themselves? Because it's pretty consistent that they attack about the same time. So
So
it
we
seemed
will
like last time it was sometime between 3 and 3:30. That seems to be the magic time for them. Do you guys
And
want to rest till then, or how do you guys want to do that?
Well, no, Amaressa, she'll rest up in she's been
Okay.
resting all day. She's positioned herself up in the tree above her brush pile.
Okay.
That's where she's hanging out.
Okay. So I'll have everyone place
Yeah.
themselves where they want to be.
So it'll burn nicely and catch quickly. I've tipped some of my arrows with, we've got some rags with soaked in oil to send flaming arrows into those piles of brush. But we want them
Okay.
to get past it. We want them to be between the brush and the fort, then set the fire, and when they turn around to retreat, they're caught in the firelight. And they can't see us because hopefully they won't pick up the fact that we're here till it's too late.
Okay. So we've got Amherst where she wants to be. Trantis.
Yeah,
Is that your
I'm only about 15, feet up in the tree because,
right?
I got to have within that 30-foot range.
yeah. The plan is Trantis and Sir Marcus, once they get past, are gonna close across the creek and cut off their retreat.
Okay. So they'll be on the ground pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. Is Sir Marcus using his horse, or is he just staying?
No, he's gonna leave his
Okay.
horse in the
Good.
fort.
They'll get it.
Good idea.
They'll get above the burning brush.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
that
Jerian, you're going to be
brush are-
farther off, like
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Okay. Let's
And actually,
see.
I'll probably be further out too, George.
Okay.
XR was gonna stay in the fort because we may have to if the fire draws more than the 2 or 3 we've seen, we may have to retreat back to the fort.
Yeah, XR's up there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can open that gate. Is it easy for me? Can I actually when they leave?
You've got the hunters there with you too.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. The young boys
Yeah,
can
that
help me.
you guys have moved that gate to where it's fairly solid now. It'll put it this way: if someone needs to get out, it's probably going to take a full round to kind of undo it to open it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Gundar, you're going to stay on the bridge, or
Under the bridge. We'll show you. I was wondering about that.
the troll slayer?
Under,
Oh my God,
yeah.
those
I'm going
trolls.
I'm going to hang out under the bridge. No, I'm just going to be on top of the bridge.
Okay.
Looking upriver.
Let's.
You're not going to get
Three.
past him to get to the hunters in the fort.
Yeah.
All right,
Because
so
they're either going to have to run towards the fort after we set the brush on fire or try to get back past the fire. Either way, they're going to run into an ambush.
okay, so let's see what.
Or
1 second here. Let me check the lighting because it's going to be dark.
Hunters can be moving around within the fort following our morning routine.
So right now, that's what we have for the darkness setup. I think you guys could probably see the light coming from the fire in the camp. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got.
Yep.
Oh, Gundar, you've got your night vision going, so that works pretty good. If you click on your token. So pretty much everyone else is kind of in the dark.
I can see in gray.
I can see gray.
do we
All
need to put
right.
light effects on our fires when we light them? We'll have to.
Yeah. That's
I
why
could. I could do
you need
that.
people near the brush fire to fire off the brush.
I'm
That's
using the
why Amber put up in the
same
chat,
lighted
get the
fire
one-
arrow.
Yeah, she can get the one right below her. This one directly below Amherst is Amherst's to deal with. Got one
Okay.
there.
So I'm going to actually let me reset the initiative here.
Or not XR Travis.
All right. So we're going to say it's getting close to 3. Dexter, you're one of the farther north ones. Jarian, I don't know if you're going to be farther north than Dexter, but you're doing your woodsy thing. The ones that are farthest north, Amherst, Dexter, you guys hear some of that in the distance. You kind of hear the little thrumming of the axes on the shields. Maybe last about a minute, and then it stops.
I have
And then it stops.
I have an arrow already ready on my bow.
And if I could have, let's see if I could have Dexter and Amorous give me a wisdom roll.
Okay.
In the tower?
There it is in the tower.
Yes.
Oh, my smoke don't show off through the tower. Damn it.
Oh,
So I can
it's
see
a
it when I drag it across.
smokeless tower. No. All right, let me do some things here.
Something for the cover effect. What was that?
Somebody else was supposed to give you a wisdom roll.
Let's see. I've got Amorous and Dexter. No, I think we're good. Actually, no, Jurian. You too. Wisdom roll. All right. So you're a little bit surprised. They're much closer than you anticipated. So I'm going to turn these little boys on. Oh, no, don't want that. I want to change him. So they're looking south, coming down the river. I'm not sure if you guys can see those tokens or not. Can you
Only
guys
in the
see 'em?
tracker. Only in the
Oh,
combat
okay.
tracker.
All right. So, Dexter, they're down right near you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait until they are beyond my
Yeah.
fire before I
Yeah.
will shoot a flaming arrow into the fire to light it.
They
Same for Amorous.
at this point though, they're kind of standing there, and what you're picking up, you're picking up this big.
They're sniffing.
They're smelling.
Well, remember
And
we're covered in
Some of
pitch.
the
I
big
need you to give me a dex, or not a dex roll. Give me a wisdom roll, Dexter and Amorous, because you're kind of hearing the smelling.
Okay.
But bear in mind, some of us were working with that pitch and smeared it on us to help disguise
Yep.
it, confuse them on the odor.
Right, but they think they're picking up the smell of this pitch and any kind of, if you used any oils, I don't know if you did or not, but they're picking up some of these smells at this
Well,
point,
I
and
have a oiled rag tied to my arrow to
they are probably picking up a little bit of your sense, but they're not able to identify it because they're being up in the trees. It's kind of throwing them off a bit, but they're stopping at this position.
Told you not to wear that
Great.
perfume.
And, which way is the wind blowing, by the way?
Let's see. It's blowing like this.
And see, we're about on the thing. Can you give us an arrow as to how far away they are from us?
Dexter, they're probably down. If you're up 30 feet, they're down 30 and probably over about 10. If you were on the ground, you'd almost be in melee range. If they had a reach weapon, they could hit you.
Okay, they're right there.
They're literally
Right.
right down below you.
Yeah.
But
Huh?
without any lighting, you're not able to really see them. But you can kind of hear them. And you hear the,
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna wait.
okay.
We want them to move forward a little bit more.
Yeah. So they're actually going to move up. Now they start looking around, and
How tall are gnolls?
the last time you saw them, they're anywhere between 7 to 8 feet tall.
And I specified I'm about 15 feet up in the tree, so they'd have
Oh yeah,
to
no, they're above your reach. But like Gundar, they can see in the night.
Yeah, but I'm in the tree, and I'm wearing my full. I mean, I can give you a.
No, but I think what they do notice is
They can see your cloak in the tree.
No, I have a hide skill. I can't be seen. They have to oppose me to actually succeed.
no, but with the smelling sound, this one no here. I need Sir Marcus to give me a initiative roll. The one that's off just below Dexter has looked over and has smelled, and he's picked up Sir Marcus.
If
So
I
I will
do
give
that,
him a roll.
I will fire off this brush to draw them back this way.
All right. So this knoll, Dexter, right below you, hear this knoll crashing through. He's right next to
He's heading right for
Sir
Marcus. Like
Marcus.
that?
He's right below you.
Okay. Does he hit the trap? There's a trap right in front of Sir
Yeah,
Marcus.
let's see. That's right. Let me
Yeah.
see what happens there.
So,
he hits this first trap.
cool.
The one that's more. So it actually hits him, and he does. Let's see.
What does it do? Yeah.
2 points of damage.
Does he cry out or anything when that happens?
Yeah, he kind of grunts loudly, and let's see if he says anything.
When he's distracted by hitting that trap, I guess that's when I'll go ahead and fire the arrow at the brush pile. Right? Because I know he won't be looking at me.
So he yells that out, and the other two kind of listen. So go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead and take your initiative to get your brush pile shot.
Okay. Initiative.
And if I see that first brush pile torch, I will get this next one.
Okay.
Okay, initiative. Let me throw this on a button. There's initiative.
Pretty good.
Is that? Okay.
Well, I'm just going to let you go ahead and take a shot because you were prepared.
Yeah. All right.
So you
and
ignite
then-
and you.
okay. All right. So this is at my non-moving brush pile. So this is just Thaco, right?
Yeah.
Ah!
Wow.
It's not a 1. I get my dexterity bonus.
All right. So you were.
Arrow
I'm
falls
guessing
out.
you were aiming for this number 5 that's right below you, right? The yellow one.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
All right. Well,
Maybe I hit this
you
one.
missed it. You missed it.
All right.
Okay.
When we get
So-
a chance, I'll.
So Dexter yells out, "I've changed. It's just a warning shot. We can." No.
Okay, then as
So
soon as I hit,
Amaris, you see that arrow hit short.
then I fire my arrow into the one right below me.
Okay. Just give me a arrow shot. If you roll another one, that'd be a riot.
Do you want it in?
No, just roll it out and just roll a regular to hit.
A little better.
All right. So that one hits. Let me go ahead and put a.
It is behind him too. So that's good.
Let me
And
put a light.
that'll
Maybe
startle
for the
them. 'Cause
best.
it's not what they're expecting.
I'll put a equivalent of a torch on there if that's okay.
That's fine. It'll take it a minute to catch anyway. But
Is that you guys can see the light now?
oh, now we can see them.
All right. So
It looks
that
like
trap.
number 22. Did he set off? There's another trap he might have set off.
Well,
too.
he set the one off. I know
Okay.
he's large, but he got the one trap. Now, if he moves around, he might get the second. So you've got these 3 right here. I am going to say, let's go ahead. I'm going to go to. That's probably the actions for everybody. Jerian, I'm going to let you. If you want to move, I'm going to let you move. You saw one arrow go short. You saw one arrow just flare up and give a fairly decent lighting. And Sir
As long
Marcus,
as
I'm going to
there's-
allow you a hit. So Jerian, we'll start
Okay.
with you. Any move?
Yeah, the gnolls should, when they see that flame go off, they should turn to see what the
I'm
hell.
going to stay where I'm at.
Okay, you're going to stay there.
And-
Marcus, if you want, you can take a shot at this knoll.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a miss. He kind of
Yeah.
grumbles at you.
Good
Trantis,
call.
you saw both one arrow short, one arrow hit. I'm going to let you move and attack if you want. Well, let me put it this way. I'm going to let you move. I'm going to have you do a kind of a dex roll to get through that brush. If you make it, I'll let you attack that round, or you can hold.
Yeah, I'm moving in.
Okay, give me a dex roll to see if you move quick enough through it with the lighting to make sure you can get a hit, or if you're just a move.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. You can move, and you can take a hit on number 13 if you'd like.
Could I make it to 22 and hit him?
That's more than half your move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm letting you move to 15, even through that difficult ground, and still get a pop.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Low start.
Okay, so we've got the arrow shots, the Jerian, boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Rhaegar, you're
Yep.
up in the tower.
Yep.
You do see some lighting. 22 has got a lot of brush. That might be at like -4, -8 to hit if you're shooting anything. Is there anything you want to do from where you're at?
AC 13.
Anything that's immediate, not like any kind of. I mean, if you want to do a spell, you have to do it next round. But if you want to do something like a arrow, or if you want to move down and move closer, it's up to you. This is all happening very quickly with the
Here's
arrow
the
one
spell
off.
I wanted to cast, so I have to wait till the next round?
Yeah.
Okay.
XR? Anything from that range, or you're protecting the hunt boys?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here. I don't see a point in wasting
Okay.
magic missiles until they get closer.
So I'm going to go to round 2. All right.
Initiative again.
No, I rolled it. Initiative is automatic. I just got to start the round. Trantis, your move, you'll get another shot right off the bat.
Okay. Come on, Vanium.
Ooh. You have to pray a little harder next time, maybe.
Yes.
Any move, or are you good there?
I'm gonna shift over a bit.
Okay, you kind of slide over. No 13. Oh, he sees you kind of slide across. He doesn't quite have a flank attack, but he does have the battle axe, and he's got that shield going. He takes a swipe. Ooh.
Go.
Oh. Phew.
I was happy it rolled off that 7.
Oh, yeah. Jarian, you kind of hear the clashing of axes and a lot of brush moving, and you see kind of these shadows coming from that fire. Any move?
No.
Okay. Sir Marcus, you've got one looking you right in the eye.
Yep. Swing at him.
Oh my God.
Oh, my dice today.
I think so far all the dice from the first bonfire shot to this most recent one. Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry. Any move, Marcus? Any move, or you're going to hold there?
Hold here.
All right. So 26. He's going to kind of come through.
Hmm.
He's going to be close enough to attack Trantis.
Hmm.
Dexter, you're getting the idea that they're not really looking up at you guys at all.
Mhm.
They're not quite sure. You thought maybe the arrow would give you away, but they don't seem to be looking up at all.
Okay. I'm gonna
So battle axe on Trantis. Oh,
Ouch.
luckily we're not using crits. Let's see if I get more than a 1 on this. Oh, that's a oof, ouch. That's a hit. Big battle axe. Matter of fact, they both have hit you, and I have to recall. After they both hit you with their axe, they kind of wipe the axe on the sides of their faces, and now they kind of seem to be a bit enraged.
Oh
So
no,
let
they're
me
berserkers now.
apply blood rage to both of them.
Oh man.
All right, Rhaegar.
Okay, what I want to do is, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
Well, we'll see. Let's see what happens.
I want to cast the spell Entangle, but I want to try and avoid any of our party members.
That's going to be near impossible unless you just go for the 2 that are farthest north.
Or
Thinking is
we're up in a tree. Some of us are in trees, so
that's
Yeah,
true.
Amaris is in a tree. Dexter's in a tree.
Well, let me take a look at Entangle.
Okay.
Let me just take a look at that real quick because I think it's fairly spacious, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, 50 feet circle.
Right. Right.
450
question
feet
is
range.
its height. Yeah.
I'm happy to be entangled if they're not able to attack me.
This spell animates all plants in the affected area, which would include trees, in my opinion,
Oh,
because those are plants, causing them to attempt to intertwine about and entangle any creature within. So anyone in the trees would also be impacted too, just because they're tall and they're going to do their thing.
okay.
Alrighty.
I mean, it's a good spell. The
Oh,
only
it's a
way
great spell. It's a great spell if they're yeah.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of melee going on right now though. However,
closer. If I was closer too, it would be
now you can double move if you want to get closer for the next
that,
round.
that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Because I do
Now
have
you
foot, so
now you're in the tower, right?
yes. So that means I'd have to come down or
Well, I'm gonna let you. Let me take a look at Rhaegar. Oh, you got your primes are pretty good. I'm gonna ask you to give me a strength and a dexterity roll in the tower.
okay. A strength and dex.
Yeah, give me both.
I should have buffed
I
him.
gotta find the tower. What happened to the tower?
It's probably under something.
Under a
It's
map,
probably
maybe?
under a map. Might be close to your sidebar on the right, or
Yeah, I'm
just
not
do them in the wild if you want.
doing in the what?
Just roll them out. I call it in the wild. Just do it outside the tower if you'd like. It's up to you.
Do that. Sorry, George.
No, it's all right. It's our
Uh,
DM slang. You know how it goes.
so strength and dex. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say you finagle. You actually climb out of the tower. You work your way down. And now you can do one full move. So instead of climbing all the way around and trying to go through the door, you're on the actually on the outside. So
Okay,
you can go ahead and move your normal 30 feet if you'd like.
30 feet.
Yeah. And don't worry about the traps. You kind of know where they're all at. So
Okay.
we're not going to play that game.
Or it doesn't give you the distance.
Oh, maybe I don't have it locked. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. Now, can you move 40 or can you move 30?
30.
Okay. So
Can you fix that? Yeah,
yeah. So we'll put you right there.
it'll work.
Sounds good. All right,
Okay.
cool.
Thanks, George.
All right, Gundar. The bridge is covered. Is Gundar away?
Oh, that
It's
is
a nice looking bridge.
It is. And don't you love your night vision? It's beautiful.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I see
know.
everything in gray. Yeah, it's like they really improved it. Okay, this is just a couple of inches deep, so I can jump into the
Oh yeah, you
stream
could.
without
Oh yeah.
drowning.
Oh yeah. You might not like getting wet being a dwarf, but yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I think a double move for you would be 40 feet.
Yeah. There we go.
Perfect. All right. See this? You hear this small splashing coming down the river. All right, 22. Jaren, how do those traps work? They hold on, or they inflict damage and they basically.
They just inflict damage and then they
Okay.
probably will fall apart. I
All
mean,
right.
they're
Yeah.
not.
So
They're not gonna. You
yeah,
know.
he got a little bit of damage. He's a little upset, but he's going to go after Sir Marcus. He does give a fleeting thought of going after Trantis, though. Oh my God, really?
Huh.
ouch.
I might not need all the guys in the cave. Maybe these three will do it. Unbelievable. Dexter.
All the guys in
All
the
right.
cave.
Okay.
Come on, Dexter.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna attempt to sneak attack number 22 since he doesn't know.
All right, so you're above 22, right? You got to kind of shimmy down a little bit.
Lean over and fire down onto his head, right? Onto that kind of mohawk looking patch of fur on his head.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a sneak attack with double damage, like would that be melee, right?
No,
Okay.
maybe it's just the yeah.
If you're above though, from shooting down, give yourself a +2 from up there
Okay. +2.
because he's a big target.
All right. And I think did I have him targeted? I do. Okay. Come on. There we go.
That's a hit.
17. That's a hit. Okay. Take that short bow. You take
Ooh,
4
nice
damage.
hit. Hey.
Okay. All right, and then I will lean back into my tree and stealthily load my next arrow.
Okay.
No.
Okay. We're not going to have actually. We're not going to have those guys engage in combat. They're going to hold the fort. XR.
Yeah. Do I have lag? There we go. For some reason, my TeamSpeak takes forever to load. So unless they get close to me, I'm not going to really waste any shots.
Okay.
See, there's just that one. He's probably what, 60 now? Let me just check.
Yeah, I think you could probably target him and it'll tell you how far.
Yeah. I did it earlier. Also dark, but I see there's light, so it's no problem. Let's see. I'm hitting alt. My bad. Sorry. Yep, still 70.
What's the
I've
range?
got 100 range on my magic missile, so it's not a problem. But unless they get close to us, I'm not. I think they're gonna handle it, so I'm gonna leave it.
What about the archers?
Gotta wait on initiative.
Okay, they're there.
Yeah, the archers don't seem to be out and about. I mean, the hunters.
Yeah, the hunters. Yeah.
Yeah. They figure you get this handled.
Yeah, they're not anywhere near the
Amorous.
towers.
Oh, because they're focused
glad-
on the guys, and I'm up in the tree. They don't know I'm here, right?
You don't believe that you know that right? You don't believe they know you're there.
So my
If you're
sneak
going to
attack-
target one of them, I'm going to let you get a +2 from up there, just because of their size and you're firing down at them.
All that in my sneak attack.
Oh, that's a hit.
Do I get the +4 for the sneak attack on my damage?
Yeah, he's not going to know you're there, so go ahead.
My special arrows.
Heavy. These are a little on the beefy side. Any move or?
Oh, I'm in a tree. I'm
Oh,
above
yeah, that's
their
true.
reach, so I'm good where I am.
You're good where you're at. Okay. Round 3. All right, round 3. Let's see what happens on this round here. Boom.
Wait, now the poison effect from that too,
Uh,
or was that just the extra damage?
that was just the extra. That was the extra damage.
Okay.
Yeah. 13 just got popped with that arrow. He's kind of confused where it came from, because unfortunately he still has Trantis in his sights here.
And there's the fire between him and I, so he has to look through the fire, and I'm out of the sight of the
Yeah.
fire.
So he's got to go after the one that. Oh, jeez.
Damn.
I
Trying
know.
to help here, Trantis.
Ooh.
Oh, critical. Ouch. All right,
Okay.
Brigor, you're close enough to engage the one that's been hit the trap number 22.
Okay. What I
If you
would like
so
to
does.
try to do is
Sure.
get in a position where I can place the entangle spell where it'll catch the 2 northernmost souls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That remember, you're in some heavy brush right now.
Right. So
I think you
Yeah.
have to kind of see the point of where you want it to hit to kind of estimate where it's at. So, I mean, even if you moved
up
to
north further
to
up,
the river, let's say the river, because that's kind of open,
right?
you know, you still have to look past the knoll, which is 8 feet tall.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be kind of difficult to cast that spell without seeing the point of where you want it to hit, without potentially. Now you could cast it and you could try it, but I'm going to have you got your roll. It could be too close and you could entangle your party.
Mm.
It's your call. I'm not going to say you can't do it. It's just that you may massively misjudge it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna forget that. Let me do this. Let me move. So there, is that 30?
Yes, you're back in the creek.
Okay, yeah, let me go move there. And
Okay.
would I still be able? Oh, yeah. Let me attack.
Now,
Physical.
if you want, I'm going to put you back. I'm going to check something out here. You notice that arrow that came up short to the bonfire is still burning.
Ah,
Could light the bonfire.
If you wanted to light the bonfire, that's something you could do. It's up to you.
so run up, grab the torch.
Yeah, well, that just grab the arrow and
arrow?
stick it in there, and it'll go.
Yeah, let me do that.
All right. So I'm going to have you move up to about, well, let's say, now you'd have to move here because it's right just north of it. You're going to
Okay.
be next to this knoll, but it seems to be engaged. It's up to you.
Yeah,
I
let's
wanna
do it. I want to
Alright.
get that.
All right. So let me get another lit
That'll give us
torch.
more light.
Definitely give you more light. All right. So that's your move and your action. Good job.
Yep.
All right, Dexter. You're still
All
at
right.
+2 up there.
Okay, and he's still targeted, I believe. Yep. So put that +2 on. Back to combat. Get him. Ah,
Oh, my God.
miss. Plunk.
All
Okay.
right.
A
Sir
miss.
Marcus.
I'm gonna pull out my club too, there, George.
All right.
Swing again.
I feel a big.
Oh man.
I just got done saying I feel a big hit coming.
Oh no.
Oh my God! Thank God we're not doing fumbles and crits. I think this would be over right now.
You guys
Unfortunately.
need the
Yes.
magic dice, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I can make a sale for $4.99. Can I interest anybody in dice that hit? No. Any move.
No, hanging tough.
Okay. All right. Hand tough. Sir Marcus's mount is like, oh, come on, master, do it. Amorous.
I still get the +2 for being up in the tree.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let me just check something here on. Go ahead, Dexter here.
Oh man.
Another one.
Even the magic dice are failing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That was one of my good poison arrows. I'm gonna have to go dig around in the brush when it gets daylight. Damn it.
It's your
Well,
program.
I noticed, Dwayne, on this update, there's a new setting that you can. It says GIMP to player dice. It seems to be working tonight.
So hustle easy.
So you might want to use it on your game.
Next, Jarian. Come on, you're coming.
Jerry, and you're next. Thanks, Scott, for joining. I'll run Gundar.
Oh man.
What the fuck?
Right. Yeah, there is a plug-in for this somewhere.
Holy cow!
It's Castles and Crusades.
Ouch. That's why you got
Wow.
to be careful with encounters, man, because some of them go so fast. You're like, wow, that wasn't even a challenge. Others, it's like, wow. Okay, Transis. Now you're in some pretty sad, dangerous shape here. You could move off half your distance and not get attacked, kind of a defensive retreat, or you could attack. It's your call.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull back.
Okay.
You can light the
move
third
back-
fire if you want.
Move back
you know.
15, and you'll be all set. I have to admit that lighting does look pretty cool when you add it.
Yeah, it does.
You know, that's pretty cool. All right, 22. Wow, he's still focused on Marcus. He's focused on Marcus because he looks important. He's dressed important, so this is like a battle honor for him,
Ooh.
and that is a miss. Looks like a whole batch of these are going 26.
By the uniform.
Let me just see what he does. All right, so he's not now. He's going to move under Dexter, but he's going to engage Sir Marcus from here, and definitely moving a little close to Jerian.
And there's no attack
Ouch.
of opportunity in this system,
No,
right?
not from
Holy,
not from
Not
where
from
you're at too. Yeah, exactly. So that's a hit. And ouch. Oh, that's a
man.
biggie. All
I
right,
guess, right.
XR.
Woot. Right, let's go. Gonna drop a magic missile finally. She was a fireball. Let's
Well,
see.
some don't wish it was a
Well,
fireball, but yes, that would be kind of cool to see it lit up.
Yeah, maybe not on
Boom.
not on all of our guys, but yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Okay. Yep, I can do 150. I just checked earlier. I was like, oh wait,
Yeah,
hold
you're
on. I
good.
could do really long.
I don't think you're high
But
enough
it's still
level, but
still
and
tiny damage anyways.
they got a flaming sphere spell in castles and crusades. I have
That's a
it.
good hit.
Woot.
That's insane.
And that's me done, guys.
Yeah. Now remember don't forget your thing though, too.
Yeah, I know. I know. This is just my first
Um,
first one.
All right. So let's see how far he is. It's Gundar's turn. He's going to check and see. All right. He's going to charge. Let me get my little charge. Charge effect. Get that on Gundar. Gonna go right up next to
Gundar Null Slayer.
our friend. And you see, this is how you do it. And he takes out that bearded axe. Boom. And
Misses.
it's a miss.
Part of the course.
But he he missed very elegantly in his own mind.
Gorang does that cry.
All right, next round. Gundar goes again. He goes, I have to avenge myself.
Hey George, this is going to be my final round. I got to get up early in the morning. So
Okay, yeah. Well, this will probably be our
I saw
just
that
roll-
roll up a 19.
what the
yeah.
hell's up with these ones?
Did I just roll a 1?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
even
roll
rolling a
up a
1 as a player. God, thanks God I'm not a player. Oof. All right, XR.
Woot. Yay. Second magic missile.
Yes, he uses his stone of power.
That's
and
right.
Calls a
That's right. I
spell.
can I have to first cast and then I can do that.
Yep.
So that way I don't
Bingo.
actually waste. So
So you might as well.
but let's see if we can do anything here.
Yeah, this would be our last round here.
Woot. 2 more damage.
All right. 26 is not damaged at all. He goes after Marcus, and that's a miss. Amorous, +2.
Because they're still not smart enough to figure out where these damned arrows are coming from.
Well, I'm checking, and they're not. They seem to be. Part of their blood rage is making them focus more on the melee.
13.
All right.
They with that blood rage, they hit a little bit harder, but they also are a little easier to hit because they're not as defensive. All right, Trantis.
Okay, so if I cast Bless, I can. Does it include people in melee or not in this rule set?
I think wasn't it 2E where you couldn't be in melee?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can cast Bless anytime
Okay, cool.
on your folks. So what's the radius or the
50 feet.
Oh yeah, everyone but XR.
Okay.
XR is too far off. Well, maybe not. If you cast it on Gundar. Oh, you might be able to get him.
Okay.
65 feet from Gundar.
That's a good call. Plus,
Hard. Yeah.
Maybe that'll help our dice rolls.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Was there any move, Trantas, after your cast? You can still move if you'd like.
Yeah,
if you want
move
to back out more.
move over here a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Branded a fire. No.
Well, it's not lit yet. That's the only one that's not lit.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So you could light it.
13. Where does he go? Well, Rhaegar, I think you're going to get a taste of some action here.
Yeah.
It's a fire there, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, be kind, be kind, be kind, be kind, be kind, be kind. Oh, okay, 1 or 2. That's not bad.
Yep.
It's
That's
1 or
Look
8
at
would have been bad. Rhaegar.
Oh God.
Yeah, you can back out 15 feet if you want to give yourself some distance, but no attack.
They're gonna come right at
Kind
me.
of a fighting retreat, so to speak.
You know what? They're just gonna come right back at me. I'm just gonna attack with my club.
Okay. The one that attacked you, or the one on the one that's been damaged, pretty much. Oh, actually, they've both been damaged. Oh,
Yeah.
boom! The new guy comes through.
It's the damage.
All right. Forget that entangle stuff. Bam.
Oh, come on.
No whammies, no whammies.
Okay, I'm not doing. Okay, I just couple clear. There we go. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Seven.
I didn't
which?
Wow.
target it. The
Oh,
one,
oh no.
one,
You want to do 22?
yeah, 22.
Okay. Boom.
Yes.
Done.
Down. All right. Whew.
I'm done.
Which is good because he didn't go yet, so you just took a nice attack out of there.
Good.
Sir Marcus, you see one go down. There's one just next to you, and there's one down by the new guy, Rhaegar.
Could retreat.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Down by Rhaegar seems to be staggering a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's hurt.
He's got a couple of arrows sticking out of him.
The one by Sir Marcus has not been hit yet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna drink a healing potion and stand my ground.
Okay.
Passive healing.
Okay, while you're doing that, Dexter.
So it's
Okay.
1d8.
All right. So, clearly, I am
Nice.
switching my target to 26. Oh, nice. Okay, good. All right. Targeting 26 plus 2 on.
Yep.
Twang.
Oh.
Ah. All right. He doesn't know I'm there because why would he? Right.
Yeah, maybe it's so dark. Doesn't your bow say this way front, this way back? Maybe it's turned around or
It's
something.
off into the darkness.
That's
Yeah.
right. Jerian.
Nobody knows it's there.
And then what we'll do is we'll end it with a hit for this round.
Nice, Jerian.
Taste blood.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Good shot. All right, folks.
The tide has
Okay.
turned at least.
It's 9:30. Looks like 3 No's really kind of did some damage here, but yeah, good job. So we'll pick it up in 2 weeks. Good job on the scouting and
Yep.
adding Rhaegar to your team. And I'll put something in the I'll put an
So-
event up.
Yeah. And so maybe this would be the one to capture if we need intel, right? So now maybe the focus could change to capturing this one.
Good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Good job. Appreciate
Oh,
it. Hope everyone had a good time.
No
Yeah,
problem.
thanks, George.
Thank
All
you.
of you
Thank
are
you, George.
using black dice. Everybody, I've got the dice that I've got because they're my shadow dice. But none of you changed the color of your pointer either.
Well, it's funny because I mean, it can go. There's times where you guys couldn't stop hitting, and it just lasted 2 rounds, and then all of a sudden, man, 1s and 2s and 4s and 2s. Oh my gosh!
Well, I got a couple of good shots in.
Yeah.
I hit twice and missed once, so.
Well, setting up in the trees helped a lot
Yeah.
for the range folks. That was a good job. Yeah, and that's the only thing, Roger. We got to watch. Entangle is a good spell, but you don't want to entangle your own folks unless they're so far away
Yeah.
that it might make
Right,
sense.
that's
So,
like the only one of
That's
them
the
left.
problem with sleep.
Yeah.
right. Yep, you're exactly right.
If it was a group off by themselves, then it would be a good one. So
Yeah, they were close enough, and with the fire being lit, and when you guys were close enough in melee, this time they engaged.
yep.
So they really are a melee-driven type of tribe. So
And
all right.
and the fires confused them. They weren't expecting what they ran across, and so